And welcome back to Wait a minute. We're live on Dynamite, and CM Punk has just come out of nowhere and has attacked Matt Jackson backstage. Welcome back to AEW Dynamite here on Aftershock Wrestling Entertainment. I mean, CM Punk has been the target of several AEW wrestlers invading Monday Night Raw and laying him out. And now he has come for a little payback, I guess, assuming that the EVPs are part of the problem and they're sending their guys over. I don't know exactly what the reason here is, but CM Punk outraged and on a mission to punish Matt Jackson here, and he's gonna put him through a table. CM Punk putting Matt Jackson to sleep here tonight. Oh, and he's grabbed a steel chair. I'm guessing he's probably not. Oh my God! CM Punk has made his way out onto the stage and has chased down Nick Jackson now and laying him out as well. This is just a violent way to open the show here tonight. A WWE superstar and CM Punk, former AEW wrestler as well, did not part well with the Bucks and crew, and now taking out his frustrations and his aggression on the Jacksons. Already laid Matt Jackson through a table, and now, oh my God, no! He's gonna throw Nick Jackson off the stage. CM Punk has just single-handedly taken out the Young Bucks, the EVPs of AEW, of All Elite Wrestling. And that's how we're kicking off this episode of Dynamite. My goodness. Things have been chaotic across the entire wrestling landscape. Now we have one of the other EVPs, Kenny Omega, making his way out to ringside. I don't know if he's going to address the stuff that just happened with CM Punk, or if he's got other things on his mind here tonight. We know that he and Will Ospreay have been interested in wrestling a team from WWE at All In. We also know some challenges have been made. We're going to see what Kenny Omega and Will Ospreay have to say here tonight. Kenny Omega already in the ring, Will Ospreay making his way down to ringside as well. I mean, first we get CM Punk coming out here and completely decimating Matt and Nick Jackson, the Young Bucks, to kick off Dynamite. And now we have Kenny Omega and Will Ospreay coming out. I mean, what a way to kick off this show with the biggest name, some of the biggest names in the industry. And here we go. We're going to find out what Kenny Omega and Will Ospreay have. Kenny says, first of all, CM Punk, welcome back. Sorry, Bucks, but that's your business. I have other things on my mind, and with the biggest show of the year for AEW coming up, All In, Will and I have some things to address here tonight. AJ Styles and Finn Balor, you made a challenge recently, and I think we're up for the task. What say you, young Will? Kenny, I say All In can't come soon enough. Then there you have it, boys. We accept. Wow, what a blockbuster. Kenny Omega and Will Ospreay have just accepted AJ Styles and Finn Balor's challenge for a tag team match at All In. Oh wait, Kenny says, oh, I almost forgot. There was one more thing, right, Will? You know, Kenny, I do think you're right. How silly of us to forget that. Styles, Balor, we were thinking, what if we made it a little more interesting? Like, say, perhaps putting those WWE Tag Team titles on the line? What do you say, boys? Kenny Omega and Will Ospreay dropping a bombshell here. Not only did they accept the challenge from Finn Balor and AJ Styles for All In, but they have counter-challenged Styles and Balor to put the WWE Tag Team titles on the line. Now, as we see here, FTR has already come into WWE's house and taken the NXT tag titles. Now, Omega and Ospreay looking to take the World Tag titles on the main roster. Crazy. Now, speaking of those title belts, we are here for a rematch from NXT this week. FTR, accompanied by Shawn Spears, who was in their corner on NXT as well before he was attacked by Cody Rhodes. is here tonight with them again, and the Usos, for the first time, are crossing the line, and they are going to enter an AEW ring here tonight to take on FTR. This is a non-title match, by the way. The titles are not on the line. This is just continuing this feud between seemingly the Bloodline and FTR and Shawn Spears, but here's Sami Zayn. Sami Zayn, I thought maybe Cody Rhodes would come back and accompany the Usos. We've already seen CM Punk here tonight as well, but Sami Zayn also making an appearance here on AEW Dynamite. Who would have thought this? So the Usos accompanied with Sami Zayn, Shawn Spears in FTR's corner. Maybe interference won't play a part here, considering we've got Sami Zayn to keep Shawn Spears at bay. But once again, it would seem with Wardlow and MJF in the mix as well, that perhaps Pinnacle is getting back together. I don't know, because the Young Bucks were attacked, so maybe they had something to do with it. We've also seen Hangman Adam Page and Jack Perry, so it could be an elite thing. I really don't know. Or it could just be AEW versus WWE at this point. I mean, anything's on the table right now because it has been pure chaos. You got to throw in TNA in the mix as well, and of course NXT is in there by default as well. Obviously the NXT titles, the subject here. The Usos starting off strong. Jimmy with a suplex on Dax as this match begins. Once again, non-title match. No titles on the line. You see Shawn Spears clapping in the background, happy with Dax, who is now manipulating the limbs of Jimmy Uso in the middle of the ring. Sami Zayn looking on in the corner of the Usos as Jimmy takes Dax down, raining fists down on his opponent. FTR, like we said on NXT this week, or last night actually. Oh, wait a minute, Shawn Spears. I'll get back to that in a minute, but Shawn Spears coming over and just a cheap shot on Sami Zayn. Jey Uso trying to chase him down, but he managed to avoid for a second. No, Jey does get a little payback. Now Cash looking to... This is already breaking down. Everybody's going at it here. Jimmy and Dax on the right. Sami Zayn trying to not get his team disqualified. Meanwhile, Shawn Spears dodging Jey. Cash throwing Jey back in the ring. Now they're fighting over on the left, while the legal men in the match, Jimmy and Dax, now everybody's back where they're supposed to be for the moment. And then Dax gets thrown out, but Jimmy with a dive taking out Cash. Now Dax throwing some punches down on Jimmy. What a mess this match is already, and we're not 5 minutes in. Probably not even 3 minutes in. Now we're going to see our first tag. Yes, the first tag of the match. What I was going to say is FTR, of course, got their start in NXT. Goes for a cover, does Cash. Just a 1 count. As Jimmy was trying to get a tag. And so when they showed up, it was like, okay, are they returning? But no, they were still contracted by AEW. And they took the titles back to AEW, and here they are. Now the Usos have followed them over here. Said what's good for AEW is good for WWE. Now weird transition. They were just on the map, and now they're up. Oh, and Sami Zayn and Shawn Spears getting into it here. Oh wait, the referee just threw Shawn Spears out. Oh wait, no, he's throwing Sami Zayn out too. Sami didn't even do anything. Sami wasn't even involved. But no, the referee just threw both of them out. John Cone here throwing both Sami Zayn and Shawn Spears, by effect the cornermen of these two tag teams, out. So now we've got a 2-on-2 contest. Who knows if we've seen the last of CM Punk back there. Maybe he's taking out people left and right. I don't know what he's doing here. He didn't vocalize anything. He just came in and, you know, beat the crap out of the Young Bucks and walked away, I guess. I don't know. But right now we've got the Usos at the mercy of FTR as Dax goes for a sharpshooter. No. Thought he was going for a sharpshooter, but a wicked stepsister stomps the face of Jimmy Uso in the mat. Goes for a cover. Jay breaking up the pin. But right now, FTR in control. Home field advantage here in AEW, of course. Nice kick to the stomach by Jimmy, who desperately needs a tag here. Trying to get... Oh, no, he goes for a cover. I thought he'd go for a tag. Not even a 1 count. Critical mistake there, possibly, but he does send Dax into his corner. Oh, but before he could get a tag out, Dax with a kick to the gut, followed by a DDT, and now another cover. This could be all over for the Usos. No, just a 1 count. But Jimmy needing to tag Jay in. Oh, misses there. But Dax recovering nicely. Jimmy trying once again to make it over to his tag team partner, but gets put in a submission hold instead. Almost a lasso from El Paso there. Eddie Guerrero. Nod to Eddie Guerrero with that submission hold. Now Dax getting Jimmy as far away from his corner as possible with a backdrop suplex onto the apron before tagging in his partner, who then takes Jay down so Jimmy can't even tag, and Dax on the other side. FTR working as a well-oiled machine here. Use the distraction of Spears. Oh, what a leg drop from the top rope to the floor by Cash on Jay Uso. Cash destroying Jay Uso over here. Meanwhile, Dax doing the same to Jimmy. Count up to a 3. Anyway, the FTR, as Cash goes for a series of German suplexes here on the floor, using the distraction of Shawn Spears and Sami Zayn getting thrown out to get the advantage on the Usos. Oh, Jimmy playing interference, trying to stop Cash from attacking his brother. But watch out, Dax coming from behind with a neck breaker, and FTR outsmarting and outmaneuvering the Usos right now in this match. We're up to a 4 count. Both teams in danger of getting counted out here. Nobody wants to see that. Nobody wants to see a match between two of the greatest teams on the planet end in a double count out, or count out of any kind. Now double teams going on. Dax makes it in, Jimmy makes it in at an 8 count, barely making it back in before getting counted out here. Now Jimmy trying to turn the tide. Oh, and takes out both members of FTR, goes for a cover on Cash. Cash out immediately, sends him into the corner. Are we finally going to get Jay in this match? Yes, Jay gets the tag, finally seeing some daylight in this match, and it looks like they're going for that double team power bomb. This is one of the moves that got them the victory last night on NXT. Jay goes for the cover, and only a 2 count. Cash managed to get his shoulder up. Dax chasing Jimmy down on the outside, but Jimmy fighting him off. And the chaos continues. Dax trying to make sure that it's 2-on-1 for the most part of this match. Keeping Jimmy off the corner, trying to get a tag in. Jay not allowing it, putting some distance between his opponents. And now giving them a taste of their own medicine, taking Dax off of the apron, is Jay, who's alone in the ring with Cash now, going for the submission hold. Little nod to Conan. I was going to call him K-Dog. Conan with that submission, which the Usos have used for years, on and off. Nice elbow drop by Jay. Tagging in Big Brother Jimmy, who throws the one up in the air, acknowledging the Tribal Chief and the Bloodline, but Cash with the roll-up. Cash with the roll-up. Oh, he almost stole it. 2.5. Almost got one over on the Usos, using Jimmy's taunting and playing it up to the crowd against him. Now Dax gets the tag in and Jimmy is hurt on the apron. Dax about to deliver another backdrop suplex on the apron. Jimmy's already suffered one of those, now another. And Dax having his way with Jimmy Uso. Oh, once again takes Jay off the apron. And FTR just showing their tag team mastery in this match. Jimmy starting to stir. Both of these teams incredibly decorated, incredibly successful in tag team action. Jay, of course, singles action as well, former world champion. Oh, Shatter Machine! Shatter Machine! They just hit the Shatter Machine. Going for the cover. Dax knocks Jay off the apron. Oh, and just trying to keep him at bay. And yes, he successfully holds off Jay. Cash gets the pin. FTR getting a measure of revenge here for the loss they suffered at NXT. So it's 1-1 between these two teams now. You have to imagine we've got to have a tiebreaker down the road between these two tag teams. The Usos and FTR, 1-1. But tonight, here on AEW Dynamite, with that move right there, the Shatter Machine, Dax and Cash, FTR, with the victory over the Usos here tonight. As they hug it out in the middle of the ring. Congratulations, FTR. This feud is far from over, though. All right, shifting gears here. We've got Luke Gallows and Carl Anderson, who have kind of been floating between brands for a while. We've seen them pop up on different shows just watching tag teams, and it seems to me they were watching former or current Bullet Club tag teams. They've shown up watching ABC over in TNA. They've been watching the Guns, and it looks like Luke Gallows has something to say. I'll keep this short and sweet. We've been scouting our fellow Bullet Club tag teams for a few weeks, and we have to say, we're not impressed. Not even a little bit? Nope, not at all. Seems old Gallows and Anderson are still the best tag team in Bullet Club history. So we're issuing a challenge to all the Bullet Club tag teams for All In. Oh, we've got Austin Gunn coming out of the crowd here. I guess he's got something to say about this. He says, you're challenging all the Bullet Club teams? Well, on behalf of Bullet Club Gold, the best of all Bullet Club, we'll be the first to officially accept. We'll bring it on then, brother. You can be the first to lose to the originals. Looks like we have a challenge and a challenge accepted for All In. We'll have to keep our eyes on this story to see how it further develops before the big show. See if any other teams are interested in joining up in this challenge. As we started to mention, they obviously scouted ABC and the Tonga brothers and the Guns. And, every Bullet Club tag team as we shift gears here to our next match on the card, which is Brant Fowler of the Syndicate, accompanied by Kathy Kelly and Robert Roode. Of course, Robert Roode, the leader of the Syndicate. Ricky Starks and Moose, the other members of that faction that are not here tonight, but Brant Fowler will be taking on Roderick Strong of the Undisputed Kingdom, Undisputed Era, whichever name they're going by this week. These two factions have been kind of going at each other's throats for several weeks now. Started with Adam Cole showing up and taking Bobby Roode's spot in the Money in the Bank ladder match, and evolved into various matches across TNA, NXT, Dynamite, I think even SmackDown or Raw. They've been all over the place. Every version of this. Of course, they're going by Undisputed Era here tonight. Adam Cole accompanying Roderick Strong. The rest of the members, Ricky Starks, Moose, as well as Kyle O'Reilly and Bobby Fish, banned from ringside during this match. And oh, what a slam. Taking him to the islands, on a tour of the islands, was Brant to Roderick Strong to kick off this match, showing his power. The rookie in the ring taking on the veteran, the messiah of the backbreaker, Roderick Strong. Nice knee to the face of Roderick Strong, and Brant Fowler holding his own. And we've seen Brant Fowler compete in some insane matches in his short career. He had an Extreme Rules match with Rob Van Dam, went the distance, put his body through every kind of weapon imaginable, and came out of the other side. Was on the shelf for a few weeks, but now he goes for a cover here in this match. Now competing here on Dynamite in a singles match against Roderick Strong. Nice super kick there by Strong in the corner as he takes Fowler up, but the Anomaly countering out of the corner and delivers a super kick of his own. Just saying, he has proven his worth, and now he's out here basically on his own and holding his own against top-notch competition. Oh, and he just took out Adam Cole on the outside with that step-up springboard flip. Roderick Strong saw him coming from behind, was being distracted by Robert Roode, but veteran instincts allowed him to sense Fowler's coming, as now Roderick Strong goes for the cover. Not even a one count though. Fowler kicking out. And there's a corkscrew powerbomb, or gut wrench powerbomb, I should say. Fowler immediately up and showing his athleticism. Double axe handle from the top rope to the floor. After that kip up, immediately following the powerbomb. Fowler once again proving his worth here in this match against Strong. And a powerbomb of his own, followed by a knee strike. And Fowler sliding back in the ring at the 4 count, playing it up to the crowd, showing he knows what he's doing, calling out Strong too, telling him to come on. Nice kick to the face. Adam Cole now getting the attention of Fowler, providing the distraction so Roderick Strong could capitalize. And here we go with a backbreaker, pump handle style, but immediately kipping up again, and with the knee strikes. Fowler, as Corey Graves likes to say, looks like he has 8 arms and legs and feet. Misses that springboard moonsault though, giving Roderick Strong an opening. Just called him Rhodes. Now Fowler with a Double jump blockbuster, goes for cover. Just a 1 count. A little bit of a slow count there by the referee that time. Nice clothesline as Strong comes back in. Robert Roode looking on. Proud of his liege, as it were. Kind of took him under his wing. Obviously, Ricky Starks and Moose already established. But kind of in the peak of their careers here. Or in the prime of their careers coming up. There was that sick kick, but Robert Roode doing his job, distracting the referee as Strong goes for the cover, giving Fowler plenty of time to recuperate, kicking out before the referee even turned back around. Beautifully done by the Syndicate. But the faction made up of the veteran and Robert Roode, and then the 2 younger stars that are really established in Moose and Ricky Starks, and then the rookie in Fowler, much like Evolution in a way. Now Fowler measuring his opponent who's on the outside, maybe going for a dive, and yes, goes for that step up again, but Roderick Strong out of the way. Now it's Fowler's turn to counter and dodge the knee drop, followed by several kicks and punches, and just wearing Strong out before that flipping neck breaker on the floor. Back in at a 6 count. Roderick Strong in trouble of getting counted out now. Oh, but Fowler breaks it up to go after Adam Cole with a float over DDT. Syndicate playing some mind games with the UE or UK. Now Fowler getting back up to his feet. Both men miss, but Fowler recovers with the super kick. Goes to the top rope, but Roderick in the corner has to abandon his plans there. The Anomaly putting Strong up on the top rope. The Anomaly has a size and strength advantage, but Strong with the possibly power advantage and definitely the experience advantage. Fowler countering with an elbow. Oh, and a sleeper slam. Zigzag, some may call it. Goes for it. Oh, almost gets a 3. That was 2 3/4. 2 7/8, whatever you want to call it. That was as close as you can get without counting the 3. Fowler almost had this match in the bag. Goes for a moonsault. Just hits short. Goes for another one. Misses that one completely. Getting a little overzealous. Making some mistakes. And Strong going right back to the back. Robert Roode looking a little disappointed on the outside at the bit of a haphazard performance there out of desperation for Fowler. A few mistakes made. Might get a talking to. Might have to put in some extra hours in the ring. Oh, Strong with that springboard backbreaker. That was a brutal move. Now going possibly for a submission, but Fowler counters. Sending Strong to the floor, and look at that beautiful springboard 450 to the floor. Might get impetuous at times, a little overzealous, but the man is talented. There's a reason they call him the Anomaly. Now going for another springboard perhaps? No, changes his mind, comes in with the super kick. Might have been Roode shouting from the side. Perhaps he said, don't get fancy. Oh, but Roode just threw in a sledgehammer. Just casually tossed in a sledgehammer in the ring. I don't know what he was intending, trying to distract him. The referee just throws the sledgehammer at Wait, the lights just went off, and Fowler, that distraction, I don't know what just happened, but the lights went off and Fowler was recovered and behind Roderick Strong. Really kind of playing up these mind games. But now here the inexperience of Fowler is on display. Not sure what to do here, trying to figure out his next play. Wasted a lot of time, and that could have cost him. It definitely did. He got clipped as he started to come off the top rope and just took a nosedive. Now Roderick Strong going for a cover. Fowler almost beat himself right there, and was definitely not in the game plan. Just looking a little like a deer in headlights, not sure how to close this match as Fowler. Rude, once again getting frustrated, getting up on the apron, now taking the turnbuckle pad off. Fowler perched on the top rope. What's he going for here? Oh, going for that stunner, that flipping stunner on the top rope. Goes for the cover. And, oh my God, that's even closer than the last one. Almost had him. And Strong getting the shoulder up and goes for the roll-up, but referee distracted with the turnbuckle. Roderick Strong has this in the bag. Fowler not able to kick out. Referee finally in position. And even with all that lead time, Fowler could not get out of that pin. Once again showing the inexperience. As Robert Roode looks on at Roderick Strong and Adam Cole celebrating in the ring, not happy, looking down in frustration, possibly disgust at his protege. But tonight, Roderick Strong was victorious. Now we head into our main event, non-title match, Mercedes Mone against Tamina. Rematch here. Been some tension between the two over the past few weeks. A lot of teasing, manipulation by Mercedes Mone. Oh, Tamina says, Mercedes, you won't be fighting me tonight. You'll be fighting her. Oh my God. Rhea Ripley is on AEW Dynamite, storming down to the ring. Now, if you don't know, this past Monday night on Monday Night Raw, Mercedes Mone showed up with Bayley to confront Rhea Ripley and attacked Rhea Ripley with a chair. Rhea Ripley has now been brought in by Tamina and is here to take out her frustrations on Mercedes Mone, get some revenge, but Mercedes, the quicker of the two, gets the jump on Rhea Ripley to start off this match. Possibly out of desperation, but still gets the advantage. But now Rhea Ripley sends Mercedes hard into the turnbuckle and now is on the attack, out for blood. Rhea Ripley is a ringer brought into AEW Dynamite to take out the CEO, the TBS champion. Once again, non-title match. But what a Dynamite this has been. CM Punk kicked off our show as Rhea hits a super kick, a beautiful super kick, thrust kick on Mercedes, but misses this leg drop. CM Punk starts off the show laying out Matt Jackson, Nick Jackson, the Young Bucks, our EVPs, Executive Vice Presidents of All Elite Wrestling. Takes them out. We see the Usos, WWE superstars, come in and have a rematch with FTR after FTR invaded WWE and hijacked basically the NXT tag team titles as Rhea Ripley follows Mercedes into the corner with a big boot. Mercedes rolls out to get a breather, gather herself. Oh, and gets the jump on Rhea again, pulling her out to the floor. We see the OC come out here and challenge all the Bullet Club teams across the entire wrestling industry. We see Kenny Omega and Will Ospreay accepting a challenge by the WWE Tag Team Champions AJ Styles and Finn Balor for All In. We see the Syndicate, a faction made up of people from WWE TNA and AEW going head-to-head with the Undisputed Era, who were formerly an NXT team and now are here in AEW. And finally, we have Mercedes Mone, who is a former WWE Women's Champion and was a WWE Women's Tag Team Champion and walked out of WWE, went to Japan, then came here to AEW. As she gets the bank statement, it's not called that anymore. My apologies. She gets the backstabber on Rhea Ripley. And Rhea Ripley just got right back up from it, by the way. Did not follow up with the submission because Rhea Ripley is just that good. Now she's got her set up for a power bomb. Does not go for the cover right there, though, but does decide to go for it. Referee out of position, gets in position, but too late. Anyway, Mercedes Mone walked out of WWE, vacated the tag titles. Now she's here in AEW. She's the TBS champion. She came to Raw to help her friend out. Rhea Ripley, WWE superstar, former multiple champion, current women's tag team champion and world champion. Now here, walking out on AEW at the behest of Tamina, another former WWE wrestler, to come confront and face Mercedes Mone in her place. I just threw a lot of information out there, but basically the moral of the story is, if there ever was a forbidden door, those doors are blown wide open here tonight on Dynamite. Anything goes. Anybody can be anywhere. Any match can happen. Here in Aftershock Wrestling Entertainment in 2K. And that's the beauty of it. Right now, we are in the main event of AEW Dynamite as Rhea Ripley faces Mercedes Mone. No titles on the line, just out for blood. Mercedes Mone countering the powerbomb, raining down fists on Rhea Ripley's head, sends her back into the ring. Tamina looking on. Rhea Ripley catches Mercedes as she comes in. Oh, and is going for that. Oh, that electric chair face slam. That is usually the precursor to the Riptide. Oh, Rhea instead going up to the second rope. Double axe handle. Now just kind of having her way with Mercedes Mone in the main event of AEW Dynamite here tonight. The last Dynamite before All In. Rhea counters, kick to the gut. Of course, here in AEW, we'll have one final episode of Collision. Here on Aftershock Wrestling Entertainment, we'll have TNA tomorrow night, followed by the final SmackDown, as Rhea Ripley and Mercedes Mone exchanging blows in the middle of the ring. Chops, fists. Who is going to get the better of this exchange? Oh, Rhea with the roundhouse kick to wrap it up as Mercedes Mone rolls to the floor. Rhea Ripley giving chase. Goes for that electric chair slam one more time. No! Countered into a Hurricane Rana by Mercedes Mone. Oh, but just ate a boot by Rhea Ripley. Ripley slides in the ring. 6 count. Slides back out to break it. After this match, we have 3 nights. TNA, SmackDown, Collision. And then it's All In. This big massive pay-per-view, PLE, whatever you want to call it, this big event that is cross-branded between WWE, AEW, TNA, NXT, superstars, wrestlers from every brand competing in the biggest event in wrestling history. And we will have lineups for this event on SmackDown and Collision this week. What we can tell you right now is that AJ Styles and Finn Balor will be facing Kenny Omega and Will Ospreay, confirmed as Rhea Ripley setting Mercedes Mone up for a riptide from the middle rope. If she connects this, it is all over. Delivers, goes for the pin. 1, 2, 3. Rhea Ripley victorious, defeating Mercedes Mone in the main event of the last Dynamite before this cross-branded major version of the event of All In, hosted by AEW, competed by WWE, NXT, TNA. Rhea Ripley, your winner here tonight. We'll see you on TNA, SmackDown, and Collision, and upcoming All In. Good night, everybody.